Hey, it is Kenny from Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much for viewing my channel. Please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I thought that I would do a series of albums or recommend some albums every now and then that really I don't think they get the attention and the the accolades they deserve. I mean, in this reissue society we live in, the vinyl community, a lot of albums like Miles Davis's Kind of Blue, Carole King's Tapestry album, a lot of Eagles albums being reissued on high quality vinyl formats, and a lot of others. There's a lot of albums that will fall through the cracks and never see a high quality vinyl reissue. And I understand that you can't reissue everything, but I thought every now and then, like I said, I would just recommend some albums, like I said, that just don't get the attention or the hype they perhaps deserve. And I wanted to start with this Herbie Hancock album. This Herbie Hancock album, Sunlight, was issued in 1978. And this really is not necessarily a jazz album. I'd like to say that up front. I remember when this album came out in 1978. It was the summer of 1978, and I heard about it through a radio station commercial. And they gave some samples of the song, and I was looking based on the sound samples they played in the radio commercials. I was really looking forward to getting this album. I was 17 at the time, in between going into my senior year of high school. I was 17, I believe. And I was really anticipating this album. And when this album came out, Herbie Hancock did an interview. I believe it was in the calendar section of the Los Angeles Times. That was at the time their entertainment section. And he did an interview. If I recall, he said jazz reviewers should not review this album because it's not that type of album. On this album, he's playing multiple synthesizers. His voice, Herbie Hancock sings on this album, by the way. He sings through a device called a Sennheiser vocoder, VSM201, and his voice is synthesized. It's not his natural singing voice. And at the time, and when I first heard this album, like I said, I was 17. I was fascinated by this album. I really thoroughly enjoyed the album then, and I played it recently, and I had the same somewhat giddy reaction that I did when I was a teenager listening to this album, Herbie Hancock singing with this Sennheiser vocoder. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, vocoder. And I thought it was amazing then. I think it's amazing now. He sings on three songs. One of the songs is "I Thought It Was You," "Come Running to Me," and "Sunlight." He sings on three songs. There's a total of 5 songs on this album, 2 on side 1, 3 on side 2. The names of the songs are "I Thought It Was You," which I love that song, which he sings through the vocoder. "Come Running to Me," again, I love that one because he sings through the vocoder. And "Sunlight." All 3 of the vocal songs, I think, to my ears, are exceptional. But like I said, this might be an acquired taste to some. It may not be for everybody. And there are 2 instrumentals, "No Means Yes" and "Good Question." The "Good Question" song includes Jaco Pastorius on bass and Tony Williams on drums. And Herbie Hancock, I don't think he's playing any of the synthesizers. I think it's a piano, but I'm not sure. Or it's a synthesizer that sounds like a piano. But his piano playing, I think, is exceptional on "Good Question." And you can hear Jaco Pastorius' bass throughout that song. And it's that too is a pleasure to listen to. But again, the 3 vocal songs are, to me, to my ears, outstanding. But like I said, it's something that may not settle well with everybody. But like I said, this is not a jazz album by Herbie Hancock. You know, it's a very good instrumental, you know, funk type of instrumental album. This came out probably during around the peak of the 1970s disco era. But I have to recommend this album, and I will leave the links in the description below, so you can hear the links to the songs in the description below, so you can hear the songs on the album before you even think about purchasing the album. But I love that album. I think sound-wise, I'd give it like an 8. Performance-wise, to me, it's close to a 9. But you know, like I said, it may not be for everybody. It's not like you know, it's not like his you know, more iconic albums. You know, it's not like that. This goes into a different direction. You know what I mean? It definitely does. But I have to also recommend this book. If you're into Herbie Hancock, this book is called Herbie Hancock Possibilities. He wrote this book with Lisa Dickey, and it came out, I think, around 2014. It goes into all aspects of his life. I guess you can call it an autobiography. And it's an amazing book if you're interested in the detail and the career of Herbie Hancock. It's extremely well outlined in this book called Possibilities. I thoroughly enjoyed this book, as well as album. In 1978, when this came out, I thoroughly enjoyed this too, and I thoroughly enjoy it to this day. But check out the songs in the links below. Like I said, I'll probably give the sound probably around an 8, 8.5, and the performance close to a 9. But I'm biased because that's one of my favorite Herbie Hancock's albums, you know. But check out the songs in the link below, in the description below. Please leave your comments as well. Thank you for viewing this video. God bless. Strong love. Peace to all.